Strong club by North-South for Estonia. Yeah, Matt, it's crazy that Donati Precario are playing in the event. I mean, it's in their home country, so I guess it makes sense. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have bothered to travel for this type of an event. At least not to play in the
So
U21.
the Bulgaria Italy under 31 is the match being covered on Love Bridge.
Okay, great. Have we ever seen the U26 event today? I don't know. I haven't been around, but chat might know. We have seen a
I
lot of this
suspect not.
Estonia team playing U21.
Yeah, I believe not because the bulletin said that it was Netherlands Poland women's final for the first half, as well as one segment each of Bulgaria Italy 31 and Estonia USA2 21. So nope, zero coverage of the 26s.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yes, it is. Anyway,
Well, Estonia has their strong club auction here. They end up reaching 3 no trump. 19 ups at 6.
I think Declare remembers to stick in the 9 here.
Yeah, they can do it later.
That's true.
Heart split. 4 hearts, 3 clubs, a spade. And Declare will probably get another trick in one of the pointed suits.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to guess the diamond since one of them is on side. Although he does have some entry trouble if he wants to lead toward that King Jack twice.
Right. Muppet, you would have missed the game. I mean, I don't know how good the game is. Like, once
Probably
the
worth
hearts
making against.
split, you are in pretty good shape, but if the hearts don't split, you need a lot of help.
Yeah, I mean, having the 10 helps because you pick up the Jack Doubletons, and when the clubs split, that gets you up to 8 really easy tricks, so you only need to find one more in spades and diamonds.
Yeah.
Like red, you definitely want to be there. White, maybe it's indifferent. I don't think you get to one no trump, right? Though North is a 19 count, so if it starts a spade, they've got a 2-no rebid, and some people might upgrade an open 2-no.
How is Estonia ahead? Probably because they've scored more imps in the first 2 segments than the USA2 did.
Yeah, I don't think too many juniors are losing time penalties here.
They were in big trouble this morning. That's what I'm telling you. There were all of the matches have just been like one team clobbering the other and then the flip flop in the second set. Oh, East has panicked. So, looks like Declare is now just going to happily cash out. And they can't misguess the hearts. I mean, with the 4-1 club split, you might have been tempted to cash 2 hearts and take a hook of the 10. So if the Jack of Hearts was an East Sand, you might have gone down. But not here. The Jack of Hearts just pops up on side.
The stuff seems fine, right? East can see it's probably a pretty hopeless defensive position, so introducing some uncertainty into the Clara line of play, maybe it's his only shot to have something good happen.
No, East switched to a diamond into the Queen and King.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Declare let a dime to the King Duck. They didn't realize where that trick had started.
Yeah. It was just a bit of a panic. I
Got
think East didn't really count the high card points on the deal. And so they were just hopeful because partner pitched an encouraging diamond. They're like, oh, maybe partner has a diamond card over there.
I mean, probably the best shift, even though it's not going to work either, is the Jack of Spades. Partner at
Yeah.
3 points. maybe I don't know exactly what the North Range was, but maybe Southwest could have had the Ace of Spades, and that's your only chance um, to beat this hand. Although I guess that actually would be good enough, right? Because we can take three spades. We have two aces in our hand, so
Yeah, but that would give North a 15 count for their strong club opener.
no, I'm
And
giving North the Queen of Diamonds and Jack of Hearts to go with. So that's three more to him and
mm,
four more to West. It's only a net change of 1 point.
okay, 18 count. I mean, it still would be a little bit ambitious to game force opposite a partner who showed 0 to 7, but doable.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Just yeah, I think that if he's just looking for any kind of a miracle where they can beat it, that's the only one that I see.
Sure. Seems sensible. The other
Maybe
table made an
overcheck
over
in the other
trick.
room. I mean, they might be on their way to an overtrick here also, right? East is on 4 rounds of hearts gonna have no good option. He pitches a spade, the Declare can play ace and out a spade, and East is then played, and he pitches a diamond. We just play ace and a spade, and East is gonna have to give us the Queen of Spades to trick 13.
That's true. Yeah. So this could be a push.
And it's sort of kind of natural because what do? You just cash your winners and play the next thing and hope something good happens. Um, it's kind of natural to play ace and a spade, and whatever aces come down to, that's going to work.
Yeah, Matt, I'm happy for you to send score updates and the other matches. I keep forgetting. Let me link the web page.
So there's the fourth heart, and East, I think, probably just knows that he's screwed at this point.
Yeah, you definitely pitch a spade. Declare might have had King Jack doubleton of diamonds.
Right.
All right, ace of
Well,
spades and
nice.
a spade, and as predicted, Jack of diamonds takes the last trick.
Yeah, so after
430.
all that, North scored two diamond tricks in this hand.
I know. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. On to board 2. So pass by East. I always have to be on the lookout for these like 4-4 in the majors week to see if someone's
Mm-hmm.
going to open. But
Are
not
they
this time.
by who? By West, you mean? And
Yeah.
uh,
Or
yeah, South obviously is gonna prevent that.
so diamond opener by South, 2 clubs by North, game force.
Huh? Yeah, although is this really a game force opposite a precision diamond? I'm not so
No.
sure.
I mean, maybe in junior world, but
Right?
yeah, it's a little bit thin.
I mean, the partner has at least one minor, and whichever one it is you fit, so that's obviously a bit of a reason to upgrade. Maybe his alternatives aren't great either. Like, what can you do? I guess you could make an inverted raise. You could make a 2-0 invitational bid, which seems terrible. Overbidding with a game force if your alternatives suck, also maybe isn't so bad.
Yeah, that is the problem with these minor suit hands, that you have values, but I mean, yeah, you just don't really have enough stuff to force to the 5 level in a minor, and 3 no trump, especially if you could be off a bunch of winners. It's a little bit light, but
I mean, to be fair, if you were playing a light opening standard style and your partner opened a diamond, the north hand is also a problem hand.
yep, exactly.
I could probably just make the inverted minor raise and whatever partner does, live with it. Not a great option, though.
I'm not sure what 2 hearts and 2 spades mean. I imagine South might just be showing an unbalanced hand of some kind.
Yeah, who knows?
Okay, but they do reach 3 no trump. I mean, seems pretty sensible. They don't have a major suit fit. There are 4
Interesting.
diamonds, 3 hearts with the help of the finesse, 1 club because you're just going to get a club trick, and I mean 2 spades. So
Yeah.
everything's on. I mean, every single card is on.
Yeah, down to the 10 of clubs.
Yeah, this isn't going to present declare with any issues.
Interesting. I'd love to hear more about this appeal. Like, did they play it but not have it on the card or something like that? That
No,
seems like a huge oversight.
it was I mean, I don't know. I could have seen the appeal going either way. I assume they got it correct. So what happened was someone opened 2 diamonds in third seat,
Hmm.
and they had 4-4 in the majors week. But in first and second seat on their card, they play multi for their 2 diamond opener. And so like North had the overcaller had a double over a multi 2 diamond opener showing like
Hmm.
13 to 15, but they don't have a bid over the 2 diamonds weak with both majors opener because their hand also had both majors. And so they made the double, and then they got to a bad 3 no trump contract and got down, or went down or something like that. And then the director asked, like, what would you have done if you got the correct explanation? And they said pass, and they would have gone plus or something against the opponent's contract. So the directors gave some aggregate score to
Hmm.
whatever, and it ended up turning a push board or something into a 2-imp loss, and therefore Sweden advanced and Poland got knocked out on that because the 2-imps mattered
Right.
in the overall match score. So that was the gist of it. We found out later that like their card actually had this agreement written down, but it was written in the wrong place. So like
I
I
see.
I could see this happening in a bunch of different ways, and without knowing what actually happened at the table, it's hard to say. Like, is it possible that they asked and got the wrong agreement? I think that's pretty unlikely. I suspect what happened was that they just looked at the convention card and saw the multi agreement and saw nothing else, and they assumed
Right.
it was multi and then just used their defense against multi in that situation. When if they had asked the players, they probably would have gotten the correct explanation. That's my
Right.
guess. And
Yeah, I'll read the write up. That sounds very plausible.
but anyway, so whatever happened, the director gave a ruling, and the ruling was that Sweden got awarded a little bit of uh, a couple of imps back for it.
Yeah, I mean, I have some sympathy if it was on the card and um, just not in the right place, but not that much. Like the WB, it's not the ACBL card where you only have space to write 3 or 4 letters in each line. The WBF card gives you a lot of room to write out what's going on, so there's no reason why there wouldn't have been enough space in the 2 diamond line on the back of the card.
Yeah, I completely agree that it sounds like they got the ruling right, but I could definitely see a scenario in which their ruling was wrong.
Hmm.
But I just don't have enough information as to what happened. So,
I mean, yet another argument for playing everything on tablets where the player makes the bid can self alert with an explanation at the time the bid is made.
yes,
And it's a little time consuming, but it does avoid all of these problems.
for sure. All right, Declare has played successfully to both black jacks and taken 2 tricks with those cards, so they're up to 9 tricks now. They can exit king and a heart, and they're going to perforce score another black suit trick. Looks like in spades.
This feels like still going to be one imp to the Americans who made 11 tricks in the other room.
Yeah, there are just so many tricks available on that deal. Um, yeah, the other table they led the 10 of spades over to East's hand, and Declare was able to score 2 spade tricks pretty quickly. Oh no, Declare took 3 spade tricks at the other table.
That feels like a lot.
It was a lot.
Did, West just pitched a spade at some point, I guess.
No, West returned a spade when they got in with the club ace to into the jack 8.
Having presumably previously played one of the 10-9
Yeah, it
for
went 10 of
signaling
spades to the
purposes.
ace, queen of spades back to the
I
king,
see.
and then West got in and returned another spade. So, not the most effective defense, but nothing was going to beat that contract. Oh, God. Not again.
Let's see. So we have the Ekron's overcall here.
I mean, basically, I think this is like 5-4 in the majors either way, sort of thing. But we had a hand like this from earlier where it went a diamond, 2 diamonds, past 4 spades because someone thought it was Michael's. Um, and they played a 5-1 fit, down 5, vulnerable. So that was one of the double digit swings in the U26 match.
Yeah, given especially that there was something on that line, I think the non-offending side, has the right to assume that it's both accurate and complete. Like it was completely blank, then my sympathy would be with the polls. But once there's something there, I think it's reasonable to say, well, the player looking at it has the right to assume that everything is there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, you tend to award redress to the non offending side in these situations, and I think that's totally fair.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's sort of weird that this is a case where if you had no convention card, you probably would have gotten a more favorable ruling than by having a filled out convention card.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess technically inaccurately filled out one. Anyway, East started with a card showing slash penalty oriented double, and ugh, I mean, I guess East West can make a game, but not a slam. But it feels like they're gonna do better than that here.
Yeah, how bad's this going to be?
The first 800 is easy.
So West starts with ace and a heart.
Yeah, we can do that. If at some point we just play ace of diamonds, king of diamonds, diamond, we're gonna get that fourth trump, and one spade and 2 clubs are pretty easy. That's 9 tricks.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, right. If we get the clubs going, we'll set up our source of tricks. The player can draw trumps, but so what?
Were you saying, Michael, that a club lead is better than ace and a heart? I mean, East just cashes three hearts and then switches to clubs, right? I don't really see the difference.
Yeah, I imagine as far as like filled out a deceiving way, I don't know. I mean, that seems a little harsh, although, like, I get it, but I wonder if they changed their system somewhat late and just, like, forgot to add it in the relevant spot. Like, they added it on the front page and just forgot to put it on the other spot. But, whatever. I feel pretty strongly that if you look in the alleged right spot of the card and something is there, you've done your due diligence. It's not on you to read the entire card to see if they filled it out in an unexpected way.
Yeah, for sure. Am I missing something? Like, why is it so important to play clubs before we pull three rounds of trumps?
Ooh. Maybe because we still want to have Trump control, but I mean, oh well, if we play three rounds of clubs, well, we have to cash our diamonds, and then if we play our clubs, we'll still, we'll have those going, but also still have our fourth Trump that'll score. Like we can't play club, club,
Oh,
club now because Claire can pitch a diamond.
oh, I see. I see. Michael says that you had mentioned the possibility of a diamond ruff earlier, and that's what he was bringing up. Yeah. So
Yeah.
king of clubs by East, discouraging club by West. Yeah, East does need to think a little bit on this trick because if Declare happens to have four clubs, then a lot of care needs to be taken. And I think that's one of the reasons why I would have preferred just a low club instead of the king from East. Like, what are the odds that South actually has Queen Doubleton? I don't know. All right, East does pull a third round of trumps, but now the low club will come. What? Stop! No! Guys, club! Club!
Well, no, we have to cash our diamonds though, otherwise the Queen of Clubs is a pitch.
Who cares? We're playing two hearts in the East, right? We're just playing a heart contract. What do? We set up our long suit. Like, the Queen of Clubs is scoring anyway, but that's just the one club trick that they get. As long as we set up the club suit in East and have an entry back there to run the clubs, then our four of hearts has trump control. Yeah, the diamond ace was the entry to the clubs. I mean, the club suit itself could have been the entry to the clubs. East could have just kept communication in the club suit itself by ducking a club. Yeah, East-West have not maximized here.
No, that's for sure. And I think if they'd taken two clubs and just ended in the West hand, they'd still have it down four because that diamond would promote a trump. But I mean, now he has no good exit, right? He can play
East can play
a
a heart.
He can play a heart because East plays a yeah. If East plays a black suit, the Claire can just play. I guess the Queen of Spades off dummies is best play.
I mean, okay, so East finds the heart exit. Now, I guess there's nothing complicated that's going to happen here. It's just going to go spade to the queen and king and a spade back, and West is going to get the get a spade trick in the end. So West will get two more spades. This will be down 4 in 800, but man, this could have been just a complete massacre. The eight of spades back. Good play by West. Not that difficult to find, but you don't want to play back that six of spades, and Declare runs it around to the seven and takes the rest of the tricks in their own hand. Has Declare been counting? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And I guess they're getting their down five after all, huh?
They might if Declare hasn't been counting. But
Oh, I see. Yeah. Right.
I think that Declare will get this one right. I mean, Declare could have avoided this guess by just exiting a spade rather than trying to cash the ace.
Yeah. Like, yeah, that's a very good point. That keeping focus in disasters to minimize the disaster is a really important bridge skill.
Yeah, for sure.
And my guess would be there'll be a bridge winners thread hashing out all these issues. So be curious to see what people who have high level committee experience have to say on it.
Well, the bulletin was linked, so I guess people can
Yeah.
look at the article and judge for yourself.
Yeah.
I don't have all the details, but I've just been following the chat discussion. I will say that I do find it a little bit unnerving at times when players only call the director after the game is over. They don't call the irregularity at the table, but they go up to a director afterwards to complain about something. And it sounds like that might have been what happened here.
Yeah, and of course, sometimes you just don't really know what happened until afterwards. Like things seem totally normal, and then someone realizes something happened, whether it's just because they're less experienced or just, things seem normal to you, but it turned out they weren't. And that can happen. And then you shouldn't lose your rights because you didn't have a way to identify the issue in real time.
Right. The
This does not sound like that to me.
Yeah, I mean, the problem that I had,
those
because
situations exist.
like this happened to me and it cost us, I mean, it didn't cost me like qualification or anything, but it cost us like a much better place. So Declare does work it out. Pitches the diamond, well done. Gets out for down 4 for 800. A little bit of sloppy defense east-west. I think East panicked a bit, just not really thinking about trying to set up their own club suit. They just decided to cash their aces and kings. But yeah, there was a hand where I had doubled the opponents in 4 hearts. It was a Stayman auction with an invitational hand, and I doubled the opponents without a trump stack because I knew suits were splitting badly. I was like 7-4-1-1 on the hand, and with a singleton trump. And so I doubled the opponents, and they went for 500. And then my partner had asked about one of the opponent's bids during the auction. And
I see.
And so like after the hand, they like it was after the session, in fact. Like they didn't call the director at the table. After the session, they went and found a director. And without me being consulted about anything that happened, the director just ruled against me because they were only getting one side of the argument, right? Like if someone presents their side of the argument. So that's what makes it uncomfortable to me when those things happen. And of course, I lost the appeal as well because they were just like, well, your partner clearly conveyed information to you. I'm like, the opponents conveyed information. They had an invitational auction. I knew suits were splitting badly. It was board a match. Of course I'm doubling. Like, if you're not doubling, you're not an expert. But like, I wasn't going to go into the panel and tell them that there were a bunch of amateurs. So anyway.
Yeah, that's also enormously frustrating because that's the kind of hand where if you were a name expert, and I assume this was relatively early in your career, they would always get that ruling. But like the guy at an unseated table who they've never seen before, effectively they accuse you of cheating, and it's like,
No, I mean this
I mean,
this
I
was
think.
like I think that the committee didn't know me, but this was post me having gotten, a bunch of second places in national dams.
Mm,
Um like it's just yeah, it's so dumb. Anyway, I just
yeah,
don't like not having both sides of the argument presented because of course someone can twist the facts in their favor when they present just their side. So
yeah, and it's just a flaw of the current ACBL system where there are no expert appeals. There's only you give someone a hand in the hallway where number one, they're not giving it their best thought, and number two, they know something's going on. You know, um, but the directors, like, they look at this and like, well, how could anyone double? He had no idea it was going down, except his partner did this. So,
yeah,
the directors are not qualified to rule on the bridge merits of an expert action. So you get dumb rulings like this.
yeah. So
Um,
South, I think, panicked this time. I mean,
yeah,
it's okay to start with double and then cubid and then bid your own suit. That would be game forcing. So South could double and then cubid two clubs and then bid two hearts. And that would be a game forcing hand with hearts, which is perfectly fine. That's a great way to evaluate the South hand. I think that's okay. But South, I think, was worried that if they bid two hearts, their partner might not get the message and would pass. And so they decided to jump all the way to four, which
yeah.
looks like the right contract on this hand. But it would have been nice from South's perspective if they could show both their suits and get to the right spot. Whew, that lead is not going to work out. King of clubs.
No, I don't think you're going to do something like that. Just jumping to three hearts over two spades sends the message. Um, I think, like, if you're going to bid four hearts, regardless of what partner does, then just bid four hearts.
Yeah,
Although I guess, right, I mean, he wanted to show the extra strength, but double and bid four hearts, don't bother with the cubid.
right, exactly. Yeah, West has led partners sued, even though one club was alerted, probably as could be short. Um, yeah, I don't mind King Doubleton leads against suit contracts generally, but this does not look like the hand for it. I think we just lead our Jack of Diamonds.
I don't know. I mean, I think with an otherwise worthless hand, and the one thing that we do know is that partner is more likely to have clubs than anything else, right? Because he still would have opened a diamond on a lot of diamond hands.
Yep.
I think King clubs lead is fine. Just looks horrible here. In any case, he's still going to beat it, right?
How?
Shift to a diamond. Doesn't East have? Oh, that's only three tricks. Okay, East gets a spade and only one heart.
Yeah, I mean, but East isn't even getting a spade. Declare has an entry with a club ruff.
Right.
Yeah, because now it's going to go diamond switch, or I mean, maybe West switches to spades here, but let's say West switches to diamonds, declare ruffs, they cash a high heart, find West show out, and then club ruff to set up the long club because they're going to have to do that anyway, and then take a spade finesse. So this
Is
is
there
going to
any
be
possibility of tapping Declare out? I guess not. We can make him rough twice, but that's not good enough.
yeah. I
You still
mean,
got to debate five
right.
hearts, two spades, and rough.
Yeah, not anymore. There's never any chance of tapping declare, but if West had started diamonds at trick one, that would have done it. So four diamonds doubled by West in the other room for 500. Looked like a pretty good result until four hearts came home. I'm going to clean up my breakfast and use the bathroom, and I will be back in just a minute.
So at least the Americans in the other room managed to collect enough to hold the lots down, but pretty big missed opportunity here. Some forms to Estonia for having a pretty bad result at the other table. Four diamonds doubled, but saving here thanks to the unlucky opening lead, which I do think was unlucky. I have no problem with a partner who leads the king of clubs on a hand like that. Yeah, I am not surprised that that appeal won. Just they open two diamonds. You look at the two diamond line. If it's not there, you've done all that you need to do, in my opinion. Yes. Anyway, we have pass by North. These could open two spades, and I suspect in this event quite a few people will. Yeah, again, it doesn't matter. Like you look at the cover page, it doesn't necessarily mean that like the opponents can't know what part of it you looked at. You're looking at it for system summary. Like it's not the same. Like you look for information in the spot where you're supposed to find it. The fact that she could have seen it is not a defense for the offending side. So he's open to multi. Asking three clubs, probably just showing a weak hand with either major, and West can ask. Yeah, I think just a more general principle is just when we're making a ruling, we strain to not punish the non-offending side, and the fact the non-offending side could have protected themselves better. Like it would be a weird ruling to me to say, well, yes, the Poles did commit an infraction, but we're going to let the infraction slide because the other player had a chance um, you know, to do something different. Like to me, that's a bad ruling. So three hearts feels like a transfer to spades. I do wonder though, maybe West has game force because if three hearts shows spades, then the only way to then presumably that means they're flipping, and that would force them to four hearts. That is also possible that that something else is going on in this auction. Certainly, whatever has happened here, West knew you said spades, and I guess in their style, West could have he's gonna have Jack fifth or Jack six the hearts, and maybe we go slamming. Although we would need two aces. I feel like that's pretty unlikely. I think my inclination is West opposite a multi would just be to place the hand in four spades and not worry about a slam. I guess we could have a spade slam because partner could have it's ace empty sixth and the side ace. Maybe that's just not good enough. So this is going to be fairly quick, I believe. The player has 11 tricks on top with five spades and six hearts with the hearts splitting. And maybe at Imps you want to find some way to safety play it in case the hearts don't split. I think I'll leave that to Rob. He's much better at these positions than I am. Man, maybe the safety play isn't great because, we win, we try to pass a heart to North to protect the diamonds, and they cross and lead a diamond through, and now hearts are 3-2, and they just, either we misguess the diamonds or they're both offside, and that's four tricks. So maybe there is just nothing better than draw trump. I guess we could draw trumps and draw two trumps to test the hearts. Yeah, so two trumps, ace king of hearts. If they don't split, maybe the guy with one heart had a singleton spade, and when that heart is rough, we were in deep trouble anyway. But
I'm back.
we might still be able to. Yeah, I was speculating on the best way to try to play safe in this contract. I was thinking maybe two trumps and then two high hearts. If that second high heart gets roughed and they were 4-1, drawing trumps was going to have us down anyway.
Yeah, let's see.
And I also, as I told the kibitzers, you're much better in these positions than I am. So the other
Hmm.
table, they did not take their 11 top tricks. I wonder if the defense. Oh, as he was played from east, so south could just lead a diamond through.
Yeah, I wonder. So obviously the thing we want to protect against is 4-1 hearts.
Right. So we can't just win this and duck a heart. That's completely insane. And for one thing, we'd be down if we do that.
Yeah. Okay, Declare has played 2 spades and is now playing 2 hearts.
Yeah. I don't know if it's best, but it's simple and, probably pretty effective. I think it's what I would find at the table. But as you know, you're a much better technical player than I am.
Yeah, this is fine. I was curious about ducking a club at trick 2. Um
Yeah, well,
no, we don't have the entries really.
yeah. Like the idea would be take five spades, one rough if they lead a second trump is six, three hearts, and if they don't split, we can guess the diamond for 10.
Yeah, something like that, but it's I think this is just better. I think this is just better and simpler. All right. Declares pitched all of their clubs, so now they can rough a club in the east hand and try and guess the diamonds. 11 tricks.
No matter how hard they try, they will not.
Yeah.
I think we've talked this appeal to death, but I will say I have vastly more confidence in the WBF directing staff and the ACBL directing staff. I mean, there are some good ACBL directors, but they're not universally good. And I think the WBF directors are universally good.
Yeah, I would assume that they got the ruling right. I am not a director myself, but I've heard enough rulings and I've been at the table for enough rulings to have some sense. Um, I would probably also trust
Yeah.
Michael's evaluation in the
Oh yeah,
chat.
yeah. So I'm sorry. Yes, the directors who run the NABC Plus events are very good, but not every director who goes to an NABC is good. Um, like the people directing the regional events of those, I think do not tend to be super super strong.
2 clubs by East. 22 count. Two hearts.
I mean, they may have some two suited options available.
Yeah.
I mean that lack of spots is a little concerning.
Yeah, for sure. 3 hearts. I forgot. No, this one's on me. We're playing a junior event. How could I be so silly to think South would overcall at the 2 level on this hand?
I mean, this could be a huge problem because East West, on a blind auction where everything might be splitting normally, looks like they have an easy six spade contract, but here North has five spades, so that's a problem in and of itself, and also as a club rough.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and Michael, I completely agree. I think pass that double all pass is what you would expect at the top expert level for sure. Well, except of course at the top expert level, no one's beating 3 arcs on a hand like South. But I think this double showing values is abnormal. Most people play pass to show values, and double is immediate negative. I mean, it's possible double is just penalties. Yeah, so he decides to take the 600 instead of whatever he can get on defense, and he'll make it. But boy, how are they doing in 3 yards doubled?
I mean, it might depend on the lead because if they don't get a red suit lead on the table, declare can start cross-roughing some tricks.
And you can only get one club rough because West can rough in on the second round.
Yeah, but that's still okay because West is then roughing with naturals.
Yeah, but it protects the rest of East clubs, so the defense will take at least three hearts, probably three diamonds. Call it three clubs, like it's another massive penalty, even if they don't optimize the defense.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's optimal after a two club opening and three level interference. I just, am pretty sure that the world just plays, double as a double negative, basically to cater to the two club opening just being a strong balanced hand and having nowhere to go and doubling.
Club lead, I assume, from South. Usually they have your suit stopped on these auctions.
Yeah, it feels like they're prepared for hearts, although that club suit isn't all that attractive either.
No,
You need a
but
lot of help from partner.
yeah, I mean, sometimes partner has like king third.
Mm-hmm. It sort of depends on what the double shows, right? Because we have nine. We know that there's 22 plus
Yeah,
in East. So if West double was positive, let's say showing at least eight, that leaves just the one at most for partner.
right.
I mean, I could believe that. Like that's my favorite class of conventions are ones where like someone plays something completely insane because 30 years ago they got a horrible result and vowed that particular disaster would never happen to them again.
Mm-hmm. That's usually the way of things, how bridge conventions become developed, is that a stronger player gets very upset about some result and they go into the laboratory and try so hard to concoct something that will make sure that bad result never happens to them again at any cost, regardless of what else it gives up.
I mean, that could be true. I'm thinking more of like just complete nonsense conventions that like Flight C players play. Like they just invented something completely completely off the wall. Just um, you know because they don't care how many zeros they get by playing this thing, they won't get the zero that caused them to invent it again.
Yeah.
And negative doubles, I actually don't know the support double, the Bloom Obstinance double.
Yes.
Rodwell invented it because his partner kept raising on ridiculous three card hands, so he invented that to give the guy a way to show both three and four.
Yep, that's incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah, Zavillion asked about 6 no Trump. I mean, it does look like South gets squeezed um, in the round suits, but I mean, how true is that? Hold on a second. Hmm. I'm I'm losing it. So we come down to this sort of end position. We have 4 cards left. Queen doubleton of clubs and ace doubleton of hearts opposite king 10 9 fourth of hearts. If South is down to 2 clubs, ace 10 doubleton, they would have to be down to 2 hearts, so the hearts would run. So it looks like 6 no Trump makes. Double dummy, that is. I mean, you'd have to hook South for the club 10. I don't know. Am I correct?
yeah. I thought it could be
Yes,
made.
I am correct.
Um, yeah, although South has to lead something, right? If you lay from East,
Ooh,
South had just then played in three suits.
that's correct. Yeah, so South has to give you the club 10 at trick one. Um,
Yeah, or a diamond or a heart.
and so South could have done better by ducking that club rather than getting themselves end played. But then Declare could have run all of the spades and South would have been squeezed. Run all of the spades and the diamonds, and South would have been squeezed. One diamond by South.
One no trump by South.
One no trump, you think?
I don't know what their range is playing precision, but I think if it's anything close, I'd probably do it rather than open a nebulous diamond.
Yeah, that makes sense. Spade
Having one
overcall
diamond and
from
two diamonds is
West.
fine because that shows, that'll sort it out. But doesn't the hand just kind of look like a no trump anyway, apart
Mm-hmm.
from the wrong shape and the singleton ace and the strong diamonds?
Yeah. Yeah, Zivillian says
Uh,
that six no trump makes, but no other slam makes on that previous
So
board. That's funny.
does six no make from either side? Like it's obviously very
It
easy from
does.
east.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. I mean, you would have to pick up the 10 of clubs from
Oh, because from the
West.
other side, right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, sorry, I meant can it make without seeing the hand record from West is what I meant.
No, no, certainly not. Especially not after the three heart bid.
Right?
Three diamonds, precision, so South is limited. Four spades by West. North never took a call with the seven card heart suit. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean North didn't have a great opportunity to, right? Like if you can bid a non-forcing two hearts, maybe you do it, but three hearts if it's weak just feels like way too much. You know, negative doubles completely insane. So it does feel weird to bury the seven card heart suit, but when were you planning to introduce it?
Yeah, exactly. Just no way to get in there with the North cards.
Yeah, I mean, right. Like a lot of pairs do play transfers there, and I would certainly do it despite the lack of high cards if I could. If you don't have the tool, you don't have the tool.
Yep. Yeah, as Michael says, if North has a diamond queen, you can make six no trump a little bit easier on that previous board. So diamond to the ace, probably cash the heart ace, and then play back the jack of diamonds, hoping partners let a singleton. Partner can ruff and give you a heart ruff. That would be a pretty easy way to beat the contract.
Yeah, of course, Mikashi is a hearts partner. Maybe could signal that it wasn't a singleton lead after all, but maybe not. Like maybe just plays a high heart just to say, not clubs, and that doesn't tell you anything.
Yeah. Oh, 13 imps. East West got to six spades in the other room. I think a good auction, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, it just doesn't come home. Wow. North.
And
I like how North
sorry.
let a heart instead of their singleton club, too.
I don't hate the South three heart call. I don't love it, but like whatever, it's fine. You have a hand looking preempting preempt. But it definitely got East West not to play in six spades. I think if they had a free run, the contract would have been duplicated.
Yeah, for sure. Because East would have just showed the balanced hand. They would have found the spade fit via Stamen.
Yeah, I mean West would have been pushing a little bit since his hand is on the light side for a slam try, but I think if West makes any kind of noise, East is just going to take control.
Mm-hmm. All right. Ace of Hearts, Diamond, and Declare has Misguess the spades. Um, I think pretty sensibly. But the king queen of hearts are set up for club pitches. Not that Declare needed them. The 10-9 clubs would have been good enough. Declare could have just run the queen of clubs. Okay, South roughs in. Oh, wait, no, this wasn't good enough. This is the third defensive trick. As long as South doesn't get out a club here, South can just exit a diamond. Oh, this is going
Sorry,
down. Oh
I'll be
my.
back in just 1 second.
Yeah, so was there anything Declare could do once they misguessed the spades? I guess not. Huh. Wow, tricky hand. I mean, you know that diamonds are 6-2 from the bidding. But you also know hearts are 7-1. I wonder if Declare should have gotten this right. I think they probably should, yeah?
So I didn't actually see. I'm sorry, I was distracted by something and didn't see what happened. So the first three tricks were as we expected: diamond, heart, diamond, and I see. So Declare just misguessed in spades, and that was the end of the hand.
Yeah. I think Declare should get this one right. Anyway,
So that ace of hearts has to be a singleton,
yep.
right? So that's certainly one clue. Maybe against that, he thought that with a hand like the actual South hand, they would have opened the strong no trump. Although, yeah, I guess like what's his shape though, where he's bidding three diamonds and not three clubs, and he only has six diamonds, right? Yeah, I
Well,
think you're right. I think there's
yeah. I mean, because if North had three spades, because that's what Declare was playing for, North would have been three spades, seven
right.
hearts, which is known, two diamonds, which is known, and therefore one club. And obviously, South would have five clubs, but
Yeah, so I was,
yeah.
I was thinking about it more from South's point of view. But if South has one heart, six diamonds, because we've seen North follow to two diamonds, we know what the Ace of Hearts was. Yeah, that would give South 1-1-6-5, and that's just not possible. So it might have been possible South had passed over to no trump. It is not possible when he bids three diamonds.
Right. Ooh, okay. Well, we have an exciting hand. A weak no trump, 10 count, penalty double, redouble to play, pass, pass. So West's pass over the redouble should say, yes, I want to play here. Right? Or do we just let them psych redoubles?
Um, I, yeah, I mean, I think West, if he doesn't want to play in when no redoubled has to bid here, I think passes to play. But he's got an ace. His partner knows whether he has a good opening lead or not. I think this pass is fine.
Right. So in that case, these should just pass because these should trust partners pass over the redouble.
Well, I'm not sure that necessarily follows because we know that we don't have a great hand for like the point is like West knows that West is just passing information, but I think East knows that if South is willing to play one no redoubled, our hand is probably not great for that. Like if we have the Queen of Diamonds and could lead a high diamond, terrific, but doesn't our hand look like if South is taking a view that it's probably a pretty good view?
Well, yeah, but then partners shouldn't be passing the redouble. Yeah.
But partner doesn't know what we have and we do, right?
Hmm.
Partner says, partner isn't commanding us to pass. He's saying, look at your hand and decide, but I'm willing to play it if you are.
Okay.
I think it's a cooperative pass, not a command pass.
Okay. I don't know anything about weak no trump, so I'm just kind of
And,
guessing.
I think, from West's point of view, West is saying, not, let's defend one no redoubled so much as I don't have enough information to make a decision, but it looks like one no could be right.
Hmm. All right, two diamonds passes around to North, who, oh my, two no
Well,
trump
someone
by
north
South.
right. I mean, a 2-0 seems crazy to me.
Well, I
Isn't
mean,
North 10
like,
12?
what was the point with two spades? I mean, I guess South's passive two diamonds is forcing. So should North double two diamonds then?
That I don't know. Probably. But what does 2 know, right? Like, isn't partners 1 no 10 to 12 or 10 to 13?
Yeah.
Why do we? I mean, obviously, we know that 2 spades is bad, so maybe 2 no was intended as takeout. And this is just their only landing spot at that point. But yeah, I think North should just double.
Yeah.
They might have, like, on this hand, I think they'll beat it. On any given hand, they might or might not, but who cares? It's 180, maybe 280 on a really bad day. We know that we don't have any great offensive potential. And by the way, I think in my preferred methods, I would just be able to bid one no double pass by South, saying I'm willing to play it here, but not confident enough to play it redoubled, and it would just go one no all pass, and that would be that.
Yeah.
These methods where your choices are to play only one no redoubled or run, but not one no exactly doubled, I think is really bad. Like one no exactly doubled is probably, sometimes just a normal spot. Yeah, I've got Mike on my side. This is one I feel pretty strongly about.
Hmm. That's interesting. That only 40% of the time is it correct to play one no doubled. Okay. So Declare has gone after a heart. East went up with the ace. I guess he switches to spades. Why are we playing another diamond? East must think that North would have doubled with three diamonds
Yeah,
here.
yeah, but I mean, what did West play at trick one? West played the sixth. So what higher diamond do we think our partner has when it goes low 6-10?
Yeah.
West, I guess partner could have had.
The 6-5-4.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 lower diamonds, but no, yeah, well, right. And actually, so West probably should be giving count with his diamond at trick one since they're useless for trick taking purposes, and then East actually would be justified in thinking that the 6 was a count card.
Yep. Yeah, this was not the best defense from East here, but it is hard to defend against these no trump contracts when you have all the defensive assets. Hey, we finally got our diamonds set up. All right. The Declare still has
Yeah,
five
we got to play the
tricks.
third one, right? If we don't, we're admitting the first two were a mistake.
Yeah. Okay, Declare has made two no trump, 8 tricks. Justification from East West for not going after this.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
right, Eric. The problem is,
well, I
sure,
wonder.
you can just play don't. You can play that two clubs shows clubs in another.
Yeah, I
Either clubs or
wonder.
clubs not.
if West should be doubling 2 now. Because, it kind of felt to me like East didn't believe that their partner had any values the way the defense had gone.
Yeah, I think even if 2-0 is takeout and West thinks it's takeout, double because you're planning to double three clubs and you want your partner to double three diamonds.
Yeah, so I mean, because obviously East West could defend better and beat 2 no trump. I mean, can they beat a no trump? Let's see. They have 3 diamond tricks, 2 clubs, and a heart, and maybe a spade. And Declare has how many tricks? Declare has a club, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, and 2 spades. So it looks like 1 no trump is the best that Declare can do. Yeah, I wonder if East would have been so aggressive about playing diamonds if West had doubled 2 no. Then East might have been going to look for partner's entry. They might have found it in the club suit. Anyway, on to board 9.
I guess that means it was a 9-12 no trump on the previous board, because North has a 9 count here.
Yeah. Which makes South's bid even a little bit crazier with just 11. No trump, transferred hearts. Passes around to West, who can balance with the takeout double.
Yeah. Can and should at these colors for sure, right?
Yep. And where are East West going to end up? I mean, it turns out the Queen Jack of Spades are both on side, and you have the spade suit. Oh, Eric says 1 no is 10-13, so North upgraded.
If it's North.
So what? 5 spades is par East West.
With the diamond finesse working, plenty of entries to hook out the Queen Jack third of spades. Yeah, sure looks like it. Yeah, I think like can the defense play 3 rounds of hearts for rough sluff and stop any of this from happening? But I think the answer is no.
Nope. Yeah, I mean, Declare could even take the rough in the long hand and just because
right.
trumps are 3-3. Well, this is going to be a little bit disappointing for East West. Obviously, they've missed some better contracts that they could have ended up in. Both 5 clubs and 4 spades would have made. But it's hard to get there. I'm really unfamiliar about weak no trumps. I know that Michael Schuster plays them a lot, so he's much more the person to talk on the subject than I am. So I don't know the answer to some of these questions, like what are you supposed to do with good hands over the weak no trump? I mean, generally the answer is with a good hand you're supposed to bid something, but what and when you're supposed to bid, I don't know.
Yeah, I've played them a little bit with one former partner, but it was a very long time ago, and we're talking 20 years. It's really just never been a popular method in the US. Like 10-12 was somewhat popular for a while, but like a full-on 12-14 KS type system has really just never caught on.
Yeah. Three hearts. Declare is not going to take very many tricks. They have 6 trumps, but that is it. As long as West doesn't get end played into leading away from the ace-king of spades. I'm a little bit surprised Declare didn't just like win the king of hearts at trick 1 to start working on the diamond suit, but
yeah.
I'm still surprised Declare has elected to not work on the diamond suit.
Yeah, I wonder. Maybe just like miscounted his tricks and uh,
I mean, he was
like
never
maybe just
making it, so it's fine to just kind of
no.
exit and hope the defense screws up.
Yeah, I think like he was kind of banking on a spade trick. Maybe yeah, wasn't really thinking that deeply about it.
Yeah, diamond to the king and ace. Now East has to know what's going on. West has turned up with nothing in hearts, nothing in diamonds, just the ace queen of clubs. They have to have the ace king of spades. Get that 10 of spades on the table. East is thinking.
I mean, you could try shifting to a low spade.
Yeah, they could. And that might work. Because it's going to be hard for Declare to play the 7.
Right.
Uh-oh. Well, looks like Declare is getting rewarded with an extra trick. Yeah, I don't know what East is doing. I mean, this isn't just scary because of the 9 of spades switch. See, East is I do see this often at the junior level, and I see this a lot less frequently at like the open level. Is that junior players are scared of helping Declare guess suits. And so they'll try and like false card at every opportunity to stop Declare from getting a picture of the hand. Because they know themselves, like they're pretty good card players, that like they pay attention to all the spot cards. They pay attention to like the true honors that their opponents play. And so then they're able to place the rest of the hand and work things out. But it's equally important for partner on defense to work things out most of the time. So I do notice a lot more false cards from the younger generations. And I think as you age and play more, it becomes more helpful to give partner proper signals. Also, just like work out the hand, right? West is marked with the ace king of spades, so just switch to the 10.
Yeah, I mean the other thing is, and obviously if you like watch people playing at the top level, they are generally giving true signals on most hands, but also if you want your false card to have a chance of deceiving Declare, that means that your signals usually have to be reliable.
Right. Yes, that's true too. If you become known as one of those players who's just going to false card at every opportunity, then Declare is just not going to trust your signals anymore. Pass by East. 2 diamonds by South. Weak with both mage. I don't think so.
What are they playing? That and just natural weak choosing hearts and spades?
I don't know. I don't have convention cards pulled up for the pairs. All right, South passes, so West gets to open. No trump, looks like.
It's within range, yep.
All right, 3 clubs by North.
Yeah, it seems fine. You could pass and plan to lead a club since you have a side entry and your partner's a passed hand. I think 3 clubs is also totally fine.
Yep. Okay, does West bounce with double? I think probably they do. So 3 spades. No, you should probably bid 3 diamonds, right? This is imps. It's not match points. They'd lead the club ace against you. I mean, I would probably lead the club ace if I was on lead against 1 no trump.
Yeah, I think the club ace is a standout.
Yeah, I think at imps you just bid the cheapest suit that you can tolerate here, which is
Yeah.
diamonds. Also, your partner's able to have a 6 card diamond suit in this spot. They're not able to have a 6 card major, or I guess it's less likely. So diamonds seems a little bit more likely to be your largest fit.
Yeah, I guess we have a 9 card spade fit, but as you say, our goal is not to maximize, it's just to get out alive.
Yep. 3 spades is fine.
Whatever. The partner has Doubleton Diamond, he's not going to leave it in there.
Well, partner can't have a doubleton diamond, right? Partner has to have a doubleton club and 4-4-3 in the other
Yeah, I
suits.
guess.
Yeah. Or this shape. I mean, partner could be 4x1 or something. I mean, partner could be 5-4-3-1, in which case we would prefer to bid 3 spades. But yeah, it does seem like on average, diamonds is going to be a little bit of a longer fit. All right, club opening lead. So North gets to win. And what do
I
we
think
do
with
at
that
trick 2?
with that shape, I think even the juniors aren't opening a no trump. Like something has to be too much.
Sure. Yeah.
Well,
So South elected not to unblock the ace of diamonds at trick 1, which I could go either way.
yeah, I think with 4 trumps, just start our tap, keep as many entries as possible to continue later or do whatever we do. I think the South hand doesn't look like one where we want to strip our own entries out quite so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like he knows that the opponents don't have. I shouldn't say he knows because partners 3 clubs did put the opponents under some pressure, but probably the opponents don't have a 5 card spade suit in either hand, so that the 4th trump, maybe it's like tapping dummy here when they were
Yeah, so second round of club forces the West hand. I think Declare is definitely going to knock out the diamond ace now. North South have missed the cold 3 no trump contract. You're so right.
Yep. I mean, it's a good 3 no trump contract, right? It's on club finesse through the 1 no trump bidder.
Yep. It is an excellent 3 no. I don't think South can bid it, though. I mean, partners 3 clubs should show a pretty good hand, but it doesn't have to be this good. It doesn't have to have 8 tricks in it. So diamond around to the ace. I assume South just plays a heart for lack of anything better to do. Declare can win. Whoa. What is this play?
I think he's maybe going to play a spade, but I think he's trying to pitch his club to avoid having the extra spade tapped out of dummy.
Okay.
And we can play, hard in the cash. Now you play a diamond to the king and lead a spade toward the king. And I'm not sure that I like the long-term implications of this plan, but it feels like that might be what he has in mind.
So North would have to have 3 hearts. They have 7 clubs.
Gives South a lot of spades for not having doubled.
Yeah, and also there's this worry about a diamond ruff.
Yeah, so we've assumed diamonds are 2-2. That gives North a stiff spade
Right.
and South
5
of them.
Okay, well, you're right. That is what Declare is going after. I mean, you don't really want to get forced in the club suit another time, that's for sure. The now we have the nine of diamonds. Hello, what does that play? Why didn't North
Uh,
just go like Ace of Spades club or just play a third club?
I think if Partner's trumps are stronger, then maybe he wanted to, as play the nine of diamonds to preference, drop a heart, which is exactly what happened.
Okay. Did South ask for
Yeah.
this? Maybe South asked for that. I mean, South was looking at the stiff ace of diamonds.
Yeah.
Heart to the king, eight of hearts to the seven. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it does look like South gave a pretty strong diamond suit preference signal. So that's fair. Um, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So now diamond drop hard, and we'll get at least one more trick. Diamond drop hard, and we'll get at least one more trick. Or yeah, one more trick after the rough.
Yeah, that would have been easiest. But of course,
This is
North
fine
doesn't
too,
believe that South has a singleton diamond,
right?
right? Okay, so South still does get their two tricks. They'll get the Queen of Spades and a Diamond Rough. This will be down two. I saw Matt gave an update on the USA2 versus Sweden in the Open. Let me catch up on some scores while we have a bit of downtime as the rest of this hand plays out. So in the Open, Sweden has had a dominating set against USA2. They're now up by 26. But we know that just means that USA2 is going to have a dominant fourth quarter based on the way the day's gone. Israel over Italy by 18 in the bronze medal match there. We're watching Estonia USA2 here. And on the other side of the bracket, well, not the other side of the bracket, for the bronze, USA1 is crushing England by 100 imps for the bronze medal. In the women's event, Poland continues to show dominance over the Netherlands. Looks like they were just the better team the whole way through. And China over Japan for bronze. China's up by 30. U16s, the match is almost over. Poland made a huge comeback against USA1. Is the match officially over? There's two boards to go.
Yeah, so I've got the scoreboard up, and it looks like the Americans are stuck 15 with two comparisons, not yet in, and it looks like they had a very good result on one of them. They got to a 5 diamond contract, making 400. I can't see the actual hands to know how good it is, but on the very last board, the Poles made 3-0. So unless the Americans can somehow collect a penalty on that board, or have some other unexpected bigger score than 400, the Poles are going to win by a small margin.
Yeah. Civilian, this is a strong club by North-South.
Indeed.
So club, three clubs, preemptive. He's decided to get in there with a decent club suit and diamond void. That's going to cause some problems. And just rounding out the results, Italy is ahead of Bulgaria currently by 4 in the U21. France over China by 9. Three hearts by West. Nice psych. Alerted by East. First psych of the day, says Muppet. I don't know if that's true, but
I mean, the fact that East alerted suggests it's not a psych, that actually just has some meaning.
interesting.
Right, like how could East know that West, that whatever three hearts means is not hearts unless it actually is systemic?
I mean, I guess we'll find out if East bids 4 hearts, right?
Oh, I see. You think he could be alerting it as like natural non-for? Probably it's alerted as showing club tolerance since west of the past hand couldn't be the 3 level otherwise. Uh,
There's 4 hearts. I think the alert by east. So the view graph operator says alerted by east, maybe west alerted as well. They should,
mhm.
if west frequently psychs this bid, then this would be like an alertable effectively agreement. Um, okay, 5 clubs. So South's double of 4 hearts, I think, puts them in a forcing pass. I mean, they were probably already in a forcing pass, which I guess means, what does North think? Do we pass here? Do we bid 5 diamonds?
I mean, at some point, don't we have to do something other than double and never show our hand, right? Like the double
Yeah,
3 hearts, I think is a little dubious.
yeah.
At some point, it feels like we can't just,
Okay,
yeah. I mean, just
that's one way to do it.
yeah. But this is so dangerous, right? Because we've just never had a chance to show anything.
I mean, that's the issue with strong clubs, right? Like, you are just kind of gambling when the opponents force you to preempt, or when the opponents preempt you. So,
Over 3 hearts, I don't know what our options were, but double doesn't seem like the one to me.
yeah, this is really dangerous because I think North South
Yeah,
are now playing in
exactly.
6 hearts.
Right. I think once North was
No,
committing to
East bid 4 hearts. Mm,
yeah. Right. So North presumably thought that he was offering a choice between spades and diamonds,
yeah.
since hearts and clubs were not possible, and South, I think, knowing West psyched, forgot that that means that East didn't psych. Also, be a huge result for the Americans for no particular reason here.
I know. Yeah, this is gonna be great. I hmm. Yeah, so Michael's idea was just bid 6 diamonds with the North hand.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, once we've put ourselves in a position where we can't do much of anything, we just have to take our best shot, and that has to be our best shot.
right. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not a precision player, so I don't know what North's choices were. I prefer to bid my suits, so I would.
Right.
That's why I don't play precision. Um, so it's hard for me to know where things went wrong for North South. I mean, should North have done something differently earlier in the auction?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I suspect that uh, both North and South made, you know, several bad decisions at the 6 level. Like, I think this was, 6 clubs, I think, was probably ill advised. 6 hearts, he didn't really give that much thought to what was happening. From North's point of view, South doubled 4 hearts, showing a heart control, showing hearts, and then bid 6 hearts, and everyone knows West is psyched. So I think North just still wasn't thinking quite deeply enough into the position.
Yeah. It's funny, people are like, oh, Sykes caused the opponents to have so many misunderstandings, which it looks like it did here. But as Michael says, like maybe North could have just bid 6 diamonds with the way this auction timed out. If it had just gone like a club, 3 clubs, pass 5 clubs, what is North supposed to do other than just bid 5 diamonds, right?
Right.
So just kind of like the normal preempt sometimes works because that's what normal preempts do. Yeah, Matt says if North was 4450, they would have just bid 5 no trump, offering a 3 suited takeout.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Michael says six diamonds goes down if declare plays around a trump. So I don't think that's true because West has four spades. We can just cross rough the entire hand. We take the first 12 tricks. So West long trump and East queen of hearts get absorbed on the 13th trick. So we don't need to take a diamond finesse. We just rough three clubs. Good line, thank you. Yeah, when in slam, cash the first 12 tricks. But this is another thing that I talk about frequently when I'm doing my panel discussion for the Real Bridge contest and when I'm doing the bidding problems is like, you don't want to make life so difficult for your partner. So if you're in this position, what is going on here? Declare is now just going down a million. Oh, the Queen of Clubs is a stopper.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but but yeah, like six clubs was a torture bid, is what Michael
Right.
says, and you can take a little bit of the pressure off when you have a pretty good idea about what the right contract is in these spots and avoid misunderstanding. So even if it's the case that like 5% of the time six spades is going to be better than six diamonds, um,
Right.
like you sacrifice that 5% to make sure that your partner never does the wrong thing over six clubs.
Yeah, right. Whatever imp equity you gain by keeping the picture goes away when you play six hearts on a hand like this.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So big chance for the Americans to pick up a large swing on that one. If they get to six diamonds, that'll be 920, 1070 is
Feels like
14.
14.
Yeah. So the
And
match
obviously,
will be close to tied.
any plus score is going to be, assuming any plus score game or better is going to be at least 11.
And they'll win three if they get to seven diamonds.
Right.
They win a swing by playing three no trump. They very well might.
Yeah, and 3-0 will be, um, you know, at least 400. So that's 550 for 11 or more. Yeah, I think a little bit of a pause here. We'll north south uh, discuss the results. I'm sure very calmly and rationally.
Yeah. Just a nice, friendly little discussion. Hey, I thought that I was showing this hand. Oh, I thought you were showing a different hand. Well, I had this suit, so I bid my longest suit. Ah, that's okay. We'll get him next time, partner. And then they hug it out. That's exactly how it went down.
We do have a result in the under 16. The Poles had a massive third set, 47-10, to retake the lead after being behind after each of the first two segments. And that is a
Wow.
three-segment match, so it's over. So the Poles are the under 16 world champions with USA1 silver medalists. So congratulations to the Poles and a very nice run to the US team, just coming up a little bit short at the end.
Yeah. Exciting matchup, but we still do have another quarter to play in all of the other divisions. USA still waiting 19 years for that gold in the juniors, Matt says. Maybe.
Is that true? When is the last time the US won a junior world championship?
I saw earlier in the chat Matt had suggested it was 2006.
You know, I mean, given that the U.S. is the largest bridge federation and hasn't won in 20 years, I think it tells you just how important it is for these countries to have really robust junior programs, which the U.S. never has.
Definitely the case. Kraniak, Groove, Feldman, and Lal. Wow.
And it's a good team. Is a pretty strong squad. All right, so East West looks like Tuno is asking three diamonds, max with three trumps is my guess. And East, all he cared about was how many trumps partner had, and it was three. He wanted to play in no trump.
Yeah. And
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean,
this this is so funny because I think North maybe should have doubled 3-0 to
yeah,
get the
that
diamond
was what
lead,
my was about.
which would have worked out in a funny way because South couldn't lead a diamond, but a club lead also beats the contract.
I mean, to me, this is a mandatory double as North.
Yeah, I agree. Like most of the time, partner's going to lead a heart against this auction, and you really want that diamond lead.
Yeah. And if you can force him into four spades, like run him out, that's probably good for you too.
Mm-hmm. 11 imps come through on board 11. The Americans do only reach the no trump game. They get all the way up to 4 no trump. Um, on some auction. It's hard to say what was going on in that room, but they do only get up to 4 no trump, but they still earn themselves a nice swing.
As he's also a strong club auction. Yeah, it's not totally clear what happened at the end there.
Okay, North cashes the Diamond King, but Declare really just has 8 tricks. They have 4 hearts, 3 spades, and a club, with suits not splitting. Probably win this trick. I think you win this trick. Yeah, this looks like the right play to me. Because now, if South has 4 spades, we can still make it if North only started with a Doubleton club. We could strip the hearts and spades and then duck a diamond to North, who would be unplayed into leading into the Queen of Diamonds at trick 13. US is down 27 against Sweden in the junior division, says Matt. We'll take a look at the
Yeah,
scores after this round is over.
as we've seen, hardly a secure lead.
Yeah. These matches are just all over the place, which is fun and exciting.
Well, there's the down one.
Yeah, so 3 no, down 1. Not much to be done on that hand. Possible small swing. I mean, if 3 no trump gets doubled, there's just always 8 tricks. Whoa! Nice major suits, guys. So which one is better? I think East
Well,
West are about to
probably
find
not.
out.
Well, not spades when North opens one spade.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah, 1 spade. Imagine if North opens the weak no trump with this hand, though. Okay, 1 spade. 6 imps
So in the
swung on board 12. East West got all the way up to 1 no trump in the other room, and they made 10 tricks?
one no must have been 10 to 12 or 13, and East with 12, including King Queen Doubleton, decided white just to let it go.
Hmm.
Do we have to open that one spade? We have to open it something.
Yeah, it's a 12 count.
Yeah.
One spade,
And
two
I think I would
diamonds.
bid.
What
I
is
think I would bid three
that?
hearts here. I don't hate four. Yeah, he does bid four. Um, is it possible two diamonds is non-forcing in their precision methods? Like
I
maybe one no
guess.
starts all game forces.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think one no
East
or
is
two
gonna
clubs maybe.
pass.
Yeah.
Double.
Wondering if that's a double, and indeed he does.
So how's this gonna do?
Well, I think certainly it'll be better for the defense if they start for a minor, but even a spade lead might be good enough to beat it. Oh yeah, they've got a million club losers. What I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I think a spade is the best lead for North because it kills the dummy. But North is probably going to lead the diamond ace, assuming two diamonds was natural, non forcing.
Yeah, I'm thinking Queen of Hearts possible. Yep, there it
Okay.
is.
Queen of Hearts is interesting. So now
So what do you
declare
for
can.
declare?
Yeah, I guess this is just game over. You know about the bad spade split from the opening bid, so there's just
Right,
nothing you can do. You can't go ace king of spades. I mean, I guess you do go ace king of spades though because it uh,
right.
squashes one of South's trump tricks.
Yeah, yeah. So like win the heart, lead a diamond up. Well, I guess now the defense can cash four
Right. Then they just cash four
clubs.
clubs and then South gets all
They
their
need to take your
hearts.
position.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so I guess win the opening lead, play two spades, letting South rough. At least it pickles a trump trick.
yeah. Okay. They cash the ace of hearts, which is fine. Get the bad
Yeah,
news. Now two rounds of spades to force South to rough. So Declare's
yeah.
gonna lose four clubs and let's say two hearts. You can pitch a diamond on this trick, for example. So that's gonna be down 800. Yuck.
Yeah, yeah, and I think Four Hearts was probably ill-advised, right? Assuming the two diamonds was natural non-forcing, the opponents have told you that they don't have a game after the precision opening, so why are we bidding Four Hearts and deciding that we have one? We bid two hearts or three hearts. The partner raises great, and if he doesn't, fine. Like, we have no reason to decide that Four Hearts is the right place to play the hand, and we know we're not preempting the opponent's out of anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good point. That I think West might just not have thought about the implications of the two diamond non forcing bid. West might have just been expecting two diamonds as game forcing or something, and then we want to preempt and take up space. But here, that's just
Right.
not the case. Okay, the
I mean,
king
I'm
of
not
spades
sure we would
cashes.
anyway, by the way.
Hmm? You,
I
you,
said I'm not sure we'd want to do that anyway, even if it was game forcing, but here we really don't.
yeah, I agree. They're playing three diamonds in the other room, Babs says. That feels like a better spot for East West. So this is going to be a big swing to Estonia. All that work that they did and on board 11, causing the opponent's miscommunication. It's all coming back.
Yeah, yeah, with a spade pass, forcing no trump, and West just bid two hearts, which seems totally fine. I think three hearts is totally fine. Four hearts is not, at least not to me. Yeah, I think, maybe this is just the kind of spot where, as you say, like you just sort of need to like understand how to think about this position, and you know, uh, that only comes with having played a lot of hands and seeing, analogous spots before.
Yeah, good defense by South here, by the way. South could have gotten themselves end played by winning the club cheaply, and then,
Mhm.
in fact, Declare would have been able to shorten themselves and score an extra trick, but South won the club with the ace unblocking their own club suit. So, really
Yeah,
strong
sharp on the
defense
ball
there.
play.
Who
Yeah,
expects to play
the
against
point.
Precision in a junior event, Matt says? Well,
Yeah,
I don't know. I think a lot of juniors, I mean, especially certain countries like Estonia, has been traditionally a precision country, we've been told.
yeah, but also it's not just precision; it's the unfamiliar. Not game forcing two diamonds, because even a lot of precision players don't play spade past two diamonds as natural non forcing, as this pair seems to be.
Yeah, and so this is something that I think it really is like the coaches or the captain's job. I don't know um, uh, where all these roles lie, but the
Hmm.
coach should be the one that's like reviewing the opponent's system cards and preparing them for things that are unusual, preparing the players. So the coach, hopefully a very strong bridge player themselves. I mean, I don't know who the coach of this team is, but they need to be going over the opponent's convention cards and then letting their players know, like, hey, this two diamond opener or this two diamond response is just natural and non forcing, or natural and maybe invitational or better, or something like that. Here's how you should play against it because this isn't something that you've encountered. So that's something the coach should be doing, and they should have been prepared for this. Brian Platnick is the NPC. So I don't, I guess then it's his job. I don't know where the responsibility lies between coach,
Yeah.
captain, and whatever. But that's one of the things that they should be doing is they need to be the one reviewing the convention cards, not the players. Like the players need to have their mind focused on actually playing the event, as opposed to worrying about all of these other things.
Yeah, so Brian, besides being an extremely strong player, I believe in his main partnership with John Diamond, plays precision. So certainly well qualified to um, prepare his team for what they're going to be facing.
Yeah, a lot of the US teams I noticed, and maybe this is the case throughout the event, I didn't check like the other countries. The coach tends to be a parent of one of the players, which,
Mhm.
I think it's more of just a chaperone role as opposed to
Yeah,
necessarily being someone that's trying to prep them for the game. But if you do want to like seriously compete and like be have the best chance of winning, I think it is important for the coach to put in some effort into these things. But I know that it's just supposed to be fun for the players and the kids and get them
yeah,
experience playing on a big stage. So, hard opening lead here is going to let Declare establish the club suit. So, this contract is going to come rolling home. I wonder what happened. Why didn't South lead a diamond? East opened a diamond.
yeah, and a standard diamond, possibly even a 4+ diamond, although there's no alert.
Yeah. I mean, it's still King, Queen, 10, fifth. I don't know.
I think there actually might be a case. So, um, I guess these could still be 4-4-3-2 since West didn't respond to major. There might be actually a case for a low diamond at imps. I mean, at match points it would be totally insane, but at imps, if you do think you need to get diamonds going and you think East often has four diamonds, leading high probably isn't going to be great.
Yeah, I think a low diamond is fine. It looks a little bit strange when it just really doesn't work out, and I'm sure that
Yeah.
I think it's probably still right to lead high because your hearts are good enough that it might be the case Declare has to duck the opening diamond lead, and now we have the opportunity to switch if
Mm-hmm.
necessary. But yeah, I feel like a diamond is still probably percentage despite the diamond suit on our right from the south hand. I don't know if it would have mattered on this hand. Declare can hold up twice in the diamond suit and then just knock out the club ace. They would take five clubs, a heart, a diamond, and two spades. So it doesn't look like it really cost the contract, but it made Declare's life a little bit easier.
And I actually don't remember what the full layout was, but there's no defense of like cash two diamonds because Declare has to let them hold and then shift that works.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
We can shift to a heart and guarantee a fourth defensive trick, but there's no fifth one available.
Yep. Yeah, because north is the one with the club entry as opposed to south.
Right. No, I mean, that's why we can't continue diamonds after winning our two tricks there. I was wondering, can we like bank two diamond tricks, and now north shifts to something and we get something else going?
Right. Yep.
But that doesn't work.
Not quite. All right.
No,
Declare makes 10 tricks in 3 now. So we'll see if Declare is able to make it at the other table. That does feel like at least a little bit of a positive result for the American squad here. 14 imps on that 13th board. Let's head over to the other table. They got to 3 diamonds going down 1 the other direction. Auction was a little bit different. A spade, pass, and no trump, and of course West came in with only 2 hearts. Double take out, South bids 3 diamonds, and that's where they landed. High heart lead, spade switch. So Declare probably could have made 3 diamonds, but they kind of mistimed the play a little bit. Okay, a diamond by East, this time precision. South does have 10. I don't think we want to overcall 2 diamonds natural. But
I was gonna say, dude, however you're planning to finish that sentence, just stop.
I mean, look, I think some of these players will make this bid, but
yeah,
I don't think it's a good bid.
I mean, no, it's also possible that 2 diamonds is their Michael's bid, right?
Yeah.
It's my preference, even against the nebulous diamonds.
So 3 clubs looks like
3 clubs.
I guess that's weak.
It looks like natural invitational, right? If our nurse ace doubles in the clubs, we wanted to bid 3 no trump.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Natural invite 3 no. So this time South is going to lead a diamond, of course, because the 1 diamond is not natural.
Yeah, and Michael, whether or not the coach should be preparing them for like bidding philosophy after a spade pass 2 diamonds on forcing, they definitely should be preparing them for what their bids mean over 1 diamond natural. Like, that's just a bread and butter auction. The other is a bit of an obscure spot.
For sure.
It goes 1 diamond on your right, is 2 diamonds, Michaels are natural. That seems like something that one might have time to cover. This South does decide to lead the King of Hearts. Presumably they're playing Queen as their power lead. And this request not unblock. So.
Yeah, King of Diamonds holds. So Declare does need to hold up the correct number of times in the diamond suit. Kind of as mentioned, if it's possible for North to win the third round of diamonds and push a heart through, then Declare needs to avoid that. So
Yeah,
diamond to
which
the
it will do,
jack.
because the 8 of diamonds will hold the trick here if Declare ducks.
Yeah. Good play by Declare to win the third round, and now needs to start working on the club suit.
Yeah, and of course Declare knows that the diamonds were 4-4. They couldn't hurt him, but they could hurt him by
Yep.
winning the third one and playing a heart. So there's just no case for holding up a third time.
Yeah. So club to the king. Declare needs to decide what to pitch from dummy here. I mean,
Yeah, spade seems fine. We don't. What do we need it for?
yeah, I mean, a spade looks very natural. I guess a heart might be technically better because we're never planning on taking a heart finesse. And it might be the case that there's like a magical queen jack doubleton of spades. Like club to the king holds, we play a spade to the ace, then we play another club up. They win and push a heart through. We go up with the ace, but now we always have a heart loser. Anyway, it looks like Declare thought about it a little bit, decided to pitch a spade, which seems fine. So now they're going to take this line of play. Jack of clubs popping up is quite nice, but there was never really any guess. If South had the club ace, South would have won and cashed diamonds. So.
Right.
Another round of clubs, and Declare makes their 9 tricks. So 1 imp to the USA, but Estonia still wins the segment 34-32 with a big late surge on that board 13. Looks like Estonia's in control. They might end up holding on. This is the U21 category. Let's take a look at the scores so far in the Open. Sweden is up by 29. They had a 23 imp set against USA2 here. Israel over Italy for the bronze. They're up by 25. U21, so we just saw the top match. USA won still over England by 90 now. Looks like England's picked back up a little bit in that match, but that's all but over. In the women's, Poland dominated the third segment against Netherlands. They won by 38. They're up by 95. And China over Japan by 45. U16, we already heard. Poland winning over the USA with a big third quarter comeback. France doing the same to India. They had a big third quarter, and they end up holding on for the win for the bronze medal. And then over in the U31, Italy has been getting the job done. They're currently holding on to an 11 imp lead over Bulgaria. France is up by 18 over China. One more segment to play in all of these matchups.